Secret number 2, how to get instant credibility and fill your calendar with highly successful and influential prospects, even if they don't know you exist. Okay, now I have a question. Does anyone know Mel Robbins? Maybe you can put in the chat. I won't really look at it, but put in the chat anyway. She's amazing. Okay, she, back in June 2011, she had, this is 22 views. Oh, sorry, this is not 2011. This is recent. She had 22 million views. Okay, this has been on since 2011. Sorry, I said that wrong. 22 million views. Okay, I think she's pretty credible, right? She is known as the most booked female speaker in the world. She's a international best-selling author. She now has a daytime talk show. She's a keynote speaker, all of these things. Amazing, amazing woman, and she's super, super cool. Now, little old me, back in 2013, sent her a message, and I didn't know her. I had no connection, and I sent her a message asking if I can interview her. Okay, and here's some of the results. Guess what? She said yes. At the time, she did not have 22 million views. She had about 5 million views. Still quite a lot. And she said yes to little old me, who was not making hardly any money at the time, okay, and was not very credible. I don't even think I had a website. All right. She referred me to her media team. It was very cool. And what happened from there is I hired them, which increased my exposure, brand awareness, and opportunities. And I was invited to have a TV show on the Grant Cardone network. By the way, I looked this up. His net worth is $300 million, if you don't know the guy. Okay, and I was interviewed by him. This guy interviewed me, okay, on this Power Players episode. Okay, I started to get more successful by this time. Luckily, I wasn't feeling like a fraud anymore. And Mel wrote the foreword in my book, Make More Money, Help More People. So these are results of little old me asking to be interviewed. So I'm going to show you this really sweet strategy so you can get to influential and very successful people who don't even know you, who could possibly give you other opportunities, and I'm going to go into that in a sec. So here we are. That's our interview on Skype there. This is a show that I did on Grant Cardone's network called The Financial G-Spot. Yes, pretty risque. Here's Grant Cardone interviewing me on Power Players, and here's the forward in my book which Mel Robbins wrote. So that was pretty amazing. So here's the takeaway. I want you to write this down. Instead of networking, build your network. Build your network. Don't just spend time going networking, but build your network. So get ready for this super awesome instant credibility marketing hack. Now, I want you to consider for a moment, okay? Just consider. Whatever you do not make a decision. I just want you to consider writing a book, okay? Just consider. You are now considering. Do not decide. Do not make a decision. Just consider writing a book. You are in the process of considering. Now, I call this the instant credibility book interview marketing hack. I got this from Trevor Crane, my husband, a la Trevor Crane, who is this book marketing guru, and I learned a lot from him and able to share that with you. Here's what you do. Step 1, you got to get attention. You got to choose the target audience whose attention you'd like to capture. Okay, if you're going after business owners, for example, if you'd like to have, female executives, whomever it is, you need to choose that target market and you decide this is who I want to capture, okay? Obviously, you want to hit up the most successful and influential people in this target market so that it will start to get you opportunities within the target market that you want. Okay, step number 2, make a list of anyone you know or better yet know of. You don't even need to know them. They don't need to know you, but I want you to think of people in this space that you know of that are super successful within that target market. Step number 3, you send them a message, email, LinkedIn, Facebook, like Instagram, Twitter. You have no idea how accessible people are these days. Like, you can just send them a message just like I did on Facebook. And what you're going to do is you're going to ask them for an interview because you're considering writing a book. Okay. You're just going to ask them, can I interview you? Hey, I'm considering writing a book. Can I interview you? So step 4, you actually interview them about what's important to them in regards to your area of expertise, say money, wealth, growing your money, something like that, and what challenges they've had or have. Okay, this is the interview. So let me back it up one step. So I interview Mel Robbins. And at the time, I really thought I was writing a book. It was about money parenting. And I said, hey, can I interview you? And I'm writing a book, or in your case, because just women are crazy. They don't want to say something that's not true, which is not crazy, but I'm just saying, if you're not sure you're going to write a book, that's why I wanted you to consider it. So you say, I'm considering writing a book. Can I interview you? Okay. And then you set it up and you interview and you get to some of the challenges they've had, in that area. Okay. Step 5, if you believe you can help them, which may or may not be the case, but if you believe you can help them, you want to offer to schedule a discovery call dedicated to helping them because they just hooked you up. It's like reciprocity, right? And if you don't book a call, ask them who they know who you can interview for the book. Okay, you're in the research phase of the book and you want to interview more people. All right. In the case of Mel Robbins, I didn't know I was doing this. I wasn't very intentional about it. I just wanted to interview her. I wasn't thinking she was going to be my client, but I also had no idea of the opportunities that would unfold. Okay. Now, if you're intentional and you choose your target market and you choose the people who are influential and successful in that group, you have this in by saying, I'm considering writing a book. Can I interview you? You get, and then you get to asking them all these questions. And basically, if you want to help them, offer it. If you don't, you just ask them for more introductions to help to actually interview people for the book. Okay, here's some possible top 3 results that you can get. Number 1, what happens is you up-level your network. Remember I said, instead of networking, build your network. And this is what Oprah says. This is what Portia, what's her name again? Portia Gale, I think I remember. I can't even read that. Anyway, I'm like, I forget her name. Your network is your net worth, right? And then Jim Rohn said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You up-level your network. Number 2, you're positioned as the expert. Look at all these people who are interviewers, and they're the experts just because they ask questions. So immediately you're positioned as the expert. Immediately you're positioned highly because you're writing a book or considering writing a book. And then you also get more opportunities. It could be speaking opportunities. It could be magazines. It could be my dream being on Ellen, right? Whatever it is, you have more opportunities. And guess what? If you didn't figure this out already, I never even wrote the book. I was actually intending to write the book about money parenting, but I never did because I just ended up going in a different direction. And Mel Robbins never got mad at me. And in fact, she still wrote the foreword of my latest book, which is called Make More Money, Help More People. So this is an incredible hack. It's such a cool strategy. And this will help you get in front of more influential people. Now you have a strategy to have a calendar full of interviews with highly successful and influential people. And here's what they can lead to: prospect meetings, more interviews, more prospect meetings, more exposure, more credibility, more opportunities, often unimaginable. I never thought I'd be interviewed by someone who had a net worth of $300 million, right? Very short, like just a couple years after I made no money. More business, more success, more impact. Okay, this is phenomenal. You can do this and it works. And even more fulfillment and joy. If you do this properly, you could get a result like Lisa did after just a few interviews. She made $12,000 within 30 days. And this is someone who had no success in her business for 3 years. In fact, she was making negative $300 a month as a financial advisor because her income was not high enough to exceed her expenses. Negative 300, and then she used the strategy